Yo. Welcome back to Tremonte and Friends Boxing. Please like and subscribe to the channel. We're going to get right into it. Canelo's legacy is on the line here. Now, you would probably say, oh, Terrence Crawford's legacy is on the line here as well. Not like Canelo's, though. Not like Canelo's. Terrence Crawford has a resume that many people have questioned. Like, who did he really beat? Count Errol Spence, count Sean Porter, Victor Postal, found Gamboa. Gamboa was tough when Crawford fought him. People should give him more credit for that. But like, he didn't really fight any certified Hall of Fame fighters versus somebody like Canelo, who's fought, you name it, he's fought him, except for David Benavidez, right? If Terrence Crawford wins the fight, moving up basically 3 weight classes, even though technically it's 2. He only fought at 154 once. If he moves up 3 weight classes and beats Canelo, Canelo's legacy will take a damaging hit. Because Canelo doesn't fight small fighters. And to have a fighter, and Crawford's a Hall of Fame fighter, all-time great, for him to come up and just beat Canelo, not even going to mention if he knocked Canelo out. That's crazy. If he just beats Canelo, though, no one will look at Canelo the same. Nobody will look at him the same. He will always be viewed as this man, as great as he was, he lost to a much smaller guy in a weight class that he dominates at, which is 168. So Canelo's legacy is on the line in that regard. People will he's still going to go to the Hall of Fame, but people will be like, when he fought somebody equal skill as him, he didn't measure up. He came up short. Now, on the flip side of things, if Canelo beats Terrence Crawford, I'm on record saying he won't get his credit by the general public, but I will give him all the credit in the world because you beat who is put in front of you. Similar to Terrence Crawford. You beat who's there. Now, could Canelo fight David Benavidez to etch his career in stone? He could, but Canelo's the A side. He's the breadwinner. He could do what he wants. He doesn't have to give David Benavidez a shot if he doesn't want to, But the fact that he's giving Terrence Crawford a shot shows how much he respects Crawford. Shows that he respects his pedigree. It displays the need for Canelo wanting to be great. And you will have people who already have built-in excuses for Terrence Crawford. Like, oh, he's small. But Terrence Crawford's not going to give himself an excuse if he loses. He'll be like, I just came up short. Now, speaking of Terrence Crawford, as far as his legacy, if Terrence Crawford beats Canelo, people will deem him top 10, top 15 boxers all time ever. 3-time undisputed. It's never been done. 3-time undisputed. And you're going up to beat the man at the weight class. Somebody who might be equal in skill as far as just the traits they have inside the ring. To go up and beat Canelo will definitely push Crawford into the upper echelon. People want to think Crawford is Mount Rushmore. They're going to think he's better than Floyd if he beats Canelo, let alone stop Canelo. And I won't go that far, but I'll definitely put Terrence Crawford like a top 25 boxer all time if he beats Canelo. Not having a loss, going up that much in weight after your last performance wasn't the best, and just beating Canelo decisively, when we all know that sometimes the judges are on Canelo's side, you got to tip your hat to Crawford. I'll say he's one of the best ever, easily. But the legacy impact, the legacy effect leans more towards Canelo. If he loses, Crawford can lose the fight. And people would just be like, he dared to be great. He tried his best. He went up. He's a dog. He did what he could. He just couldn't, it's too much weight. And I think that takes away from Canelo. Very similar to when Crawford beat Spence. People were like, oh, Spence was drained. Spence wasn't his same self, but he lost. He got dogged. Give him his credit. If Canelo wins, though, I'm going to give Canelo more credit than I have been with fighting people his size. If Canelo beats Terrence Crawford, let alone if he stops Terrence Crawford, I'm going to give him more credit than I've given him for beating Munguia, beating Berlanga, beating William Skull, stupid fight, beating Caleb Smith, Liam Smith, Billy Joe Saunders breaking his eye socket, just beating all of these guys. I'll give Canelo his credit. Beating Golovkin, I'll give him more credit if he beats Terrence Crawford, because no excuses, man, on either side. If y'all are claiming this is a 50-50 fight, listen, if y'all are claiming Canelo, who dominates 168, is a 50-50 fight with a man moving up virtually 3 weight classes, there are no excuses on either end for whomever loses or whomever gets stopped. There are no excuses. So if Canelo loses or Canelo gets knocked out, Terrence Crawford will get all the credit in the world. His legacy will be boosted by 1,000. If Canelo beats Terrence Crawford and he stops Terrence Crawford, his legacy only increases. It only enhances. That's my personal opinion. You can't say it's 50-50, and then if Canelo stops Crawford, you're just like, oh, Crawford was too little. You just said it was a 50-50 fight. Is it 50-50 or not? Let me know. Is it a 50-50 fight or not? And Canelo's legacy will take a damaging blow. But I want to know what y'all think about legacy. I want to know whose legacy is more on the line here. I'm a venture to say that most people say Canelo's because he's a bigger guy. He's been dominating for a longer period of time in his weight class. And Terrence Crawford's newfound, I wouldn't say fame. You could say fame, but Terrence Crawford's newfound popularity, largely came after the Spence fight. People were really tuned in for the fight. It broke records. And I think after that, Crawford's like, people know who he is. People knew who he was before if you really watch boxing. But after that, and then now on the biggest stage against the face of boxing in Canelo, whose legacy do y'all think will take more of a punch to the gut if they lose? Or whose legacy will be that much better if they win? I lean towards Canelo either way. But my official prediction is coming. Look forward this week. Tremonte and Friends Boxing. Like and subscribe to the channel as always, and I'll get with y'all soon. Peace.